to Active Recovery, everybody. Here at Mountain Fitness. Probably a lot of anxiety going on outside. Lots happening in the world, so this practice is dedicated to diving into the body a little bit more and slowing things down and coming into some deeper breath cycles. And we'll do a bit of dynamic moving and breathing together. Following this, we'll warm up the body and eventually get into some deeper stretches. And so we'll use these physical movements or postures to really dive into the body and get grounded. And then with this, the deeper breathing, as many folks probably watching us right now are aware of, we start to balance out the nervous system and tap into what's called the parasympathetic nervous system. That's our rest and digest aspect of our nervous system. And so, for sure, with what's going on in the world today, a lot of us are probably functioning very sympathetically on a nervous system level. So this deeper kind of breathing would facilitate an environment for balancing out our nervous system and basically just helping us regulate our nervous system and the way we're responding or reacting to whatever's going on in life at the moment. And from a more training perspective, if we've been out biking and running and hiking, maybe the body is getting stiff. Also, if we're stressed out, we're getting stiff. Maybe we're not moving a lot. The same idea, this active recovery practice is meant to open up the body, stretch out, limber up, improve functional range of mobility. And yeah, with that being said, let's begin. All you need at home is a mat, maybe not even a mat, a blanket or your carpet. A belt or a strap might help. And if you have blocks or cushions nearby, that can be really helpful in this practice as well. So we'll start with just a simple, gentle warm-up and use that to connect with the breath. And so let's begin. In your comfortable seat, whatever that looks like, cross-legged, sitting up onto a block, that can be helpful for folks that feel like it's hard to stay up. So tilting the pelvis forward. On an inhale breath, drawing the heart forward, big breath in and the chin goes up. And then exhale and round the spine, chin to chest. Full breath in, pulling the heart forward, chin lifts. Full breath out, chin to chest, draw your belly button in towards your spine. Take 3 more of those on your breath and your movement. And 1. Continue moving. We'll place our left hand to the floor, reach the right arm up, big breath in, and side stretch, side bend. Exhale, come through center. Inhale, other side, reach, extend. And then go side to side 4 more times. That'll give us 2 more per side. Spread out the fingers. Trying to breathe deeply between the spaces in our ribs. Okay, for 2. And for 1. Release, give the shoulders a bit of a shrug. Next, we'll come forward onto all 4s. Into a tabletop position. And begin to floss out the spine by arching the belly, arching the spine. Belly lowers, tailbone lifts. And then we'll use an exhale, chin to chest, pubic bone to chin. Full breath in, arch the spine. Full breath out. Do that 2 more times. Taking some of your biggest breaths of the day, maybe of the week, maybe of the past 2 weeks. Return to a neutral spine. Press your right foot back. Stay here, or if it's available, left arm reaches forward. And we'll use an inhale here to stretch our limbs away from each other. And then exhale, curl your elbow to your knee. Take a breath in and reach. And then exhale to curl in. And do that 1 more time. Big breath in. Breath out. Plant both hands. Last couple here. Press your foot up and back. Arch the spine on an inhale. Carry your knee to your nose as you exhale. Do that 2 more times. On this last one, stepping your foot through between the hands, rising up to your front thigh. If it's available, reach your arms up to the sky. You can press your palms. You can take a block or water bottle between your hands and press it to engage the upper back. And you want to feel like you're being lifted up here. Push through the feet. Then we'll just rinse out here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and sweep your arms back in space. And big breath in, reach up, lean back any amount. And exhale. Really opening this front hip flexor, last one. And release. Left hand comes down. Reach your right arm up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale and curl in. Full breath in. Full breath out. Last one. Exhale, plant your right hand. Pause here if that's enough for you. Or maybe left hand to hip. Let's try to keep the right hand to the floor or a block. Maybe reach your left arm up to the sky. Or maybe overhead. Reach. Some folks like to take their hand behind their skull and press into that hand, pointing the elbow. Really opening up this side body, left hip flexor. 2 to 3 more breaths here. Really press through the low body. Use your next exhale to release the posture and plant both hands. Step back to plank pose. This can be done from knees lowered or knees lifted. Okay, up to you. Take a full breath in. Exhale, everybody can lower their knees. Push the floor away and lower all the way down. Untuck your toes, press the tops of your feet, hands plant, and we'll lift up with a gentle pressure into the hands. Squeeze your elbows into your ribs, your side body, shoulder blades back, and breathe. Squeezing the legs. Lifting any amount. 1 more breath in, and release. And press your hips back. Child's pose, like so, or downward facing dog. Hips up to the sky. That can be good for pedaling out the feet, stretching out the calves. Opening up the upper back, the hamstrings. Come forward to our hands and knees for the next side. So pressing our left leg back this time. Maybe this is enough for you, or reach your right arm forward. And then we'll inhale and reach our limbs away from each other. And then exhale, carry your knee into your elbow, round your spine. Breathe in and reach, extend. Exhale and curl in. Last one of these. Curling in. Right hand plants. Inhale, press your foot back, arching the spine. Knee to nose as you exhale. 2 more of those. Stepping between on that last one. Rising up, front thigh. Maybe staying here or reaching the arms up. Maybe press the palms or squeeze a water bottle. Can also be nice. Cradle the back of the skull, press your head back and lean into this. And press the pelvis forward but lift the heart up. We'll rinse it out with some movement next. Inhale up. Exhale and sweep the arms back. Take one of your biggest inhales of the day. And exhale to the bottom of your movement, all the way to the bottom of the lungs. Inhale up. And exhale. Last one. This time, plant your right hand down to the floor. And inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, left elbow to solar plexus, belly button. Inhale and reach up to the sky. Full breath out. Last one, breath in. Exhale all the way, plant left hand to the floor. Or a block, stay here to open up the hips. Or maybe right hand comes up to the hip. Maybe right hand reaches up to the sky. Maybe overhead. And we'll breathe here for 5 breaths. Next exhale, release. Stepping back, child's pose, or downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here to reset the body, reset your nervous system. Starting to look forward between the hands. Stay resting if you're resting. Look forward and we'll step forward to the top of the mat. Place your hands on your shins or your blocks and lift up halfway with a flat back. This means drawing our shoulder blades together slightly, maintaining a little bit of an arch in the low back. Breath in and fold forward any amount. Some folks, some bodies like to place the elbows, forearms on the thighs. It's a little easier for them. If it's available, hold behind the legs. Maybe grabbing a bind. You can also use a strap in this one. Reach for your strap to extend out the reach so you can really complete that bind. 3 more breaths here. Releasing. We'll lift up with a flat back, breath in. Breath out. Inhale all the way up, reach the arms to sky. Maybe a back bend at the top. And release the posture. Next, we'll sink the hips into a chair pose. The knees can be together or maybe hip width apart. Sink the hips, but lift the arms up. We'll find some breath and movement here. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, sweep your arms back in space. We'll do that 5 more times. Inhale up. And exhale for 4. For 3. If you'd like a little more power, last 2. Make fist, flex your biceps, squeeze your upper back. Last 1. And inhale and reach the arms up. Exhale, let it go. Side body next. Inhale, reach your arms up. Some of you might press palms, interlace, maybe clasping behind the head. If there's shoulder impingement, maybe here is enough for you. We'll inhale to reach up, grow a little taller. And exhale, side bend to your left. Press your right hip out. Then inhale up. And exhale, other side. Side to side, both sides, 2 more times. For 2. And 1. Release. And roll the shoulders to ears to shake that and roll that off. We'll come into a little bit of balancing next and some lunging to open up hips and pelvis to warm up the muscles around our hips so that we'll be able to stretch them out a little better in a few minutes. From the top of our mat, anchor down your left leg and de-weight your right leg any amount. Maybe you're floating the foot here, or cradle the shin, the knee. Pull your knee up a little bit higher. If you're somewhere near a wall, you can press your hand against a wall or hold on to a banister. 2 more breaths. You want to squeeze this glute muscle to really wake it up and stand tall. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go, and we'll send our right leg back. Take a bit of flight for an airplane posture, a standing L pose. Really work into some range of mobility through hips and pelvis with this. Take your time to send your right foot back. We'll come into a high lunge this time. And we'll really breathe and open the body here. Let's inhale and draw the elbows back. Squeeze your shoulder blades. And then exhale, press forward, reach forward. Inhale and exhale. For 2. And 1. Inhale, reach up. Hands to hips, straighten the front knee. Fingertips to floor or blocks for this pyramid posture. Back heel can be up. For some, you might be able to, and it might feel nice to press it down. Pedal to the metal on the front foot. Little micro bend in the knee, and then we want to try to wrap the left hip back. And we're getting into the hamstrings here, a bit of the IT band. And then we want to continue this dynamic breathing we've been working with into this static posture. So breathe wide into the rib cage, into this zone, your upper back, into the belly, pelvis. Start to look forward, bending into your front knee. Take a lunge to reset hips and pelvis. Any movement, sometimes bouncing, is a nice way to just get into that range of mobility for you and your body. From here, seal the back heel down. And then we're going to rise up into a lunge in Yoga Warrior 2. Arms reach, and we're widening the pelvis here. Rinsing out the hips, straighten the front knee, reach the arms up, maybe look up. And then exhale, lunge into this deep lunge. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lunge. For 3. For 2. Last one. I'm going to reach the left arm up, right arm back. Some people like to cradle the skull and point this elbow upwards. Release the pose, straighten the front knee. Coming into a triangle pose. You want to reach the left fingers forward, right hip back. Let the shoulder relax down. Great place to start. Press your hand against your shin, or anchor into a block or a water bottle. Spin the chest open and reach. Maybe the hand is here, here, maybe overhead. Four more breaths. Expanding the lungs. Rise up on an inhale and lunge to reset. Windmill the right arm over. We'll plant our hands, step back to a plank pose. Lower, some yoga practitioners, if it's in your practice, upward facing dog can be really nice. All the way or halfway. Rinsing out the back, the spine. And then child's pose. Or downward facing dog. Looking forward, we'll step or walk to the top of the mat and find a halfway lift. Big breath in and exhale, let it go. Push into your feet and rise up. Reach the arms, maybe lean back and release. Next side, right foot presses down. De-weight your left leg. Maybe it's here, maybe here. Pull that knee up, and we want to squeeze the right glute muscle, or right standing legs bum muscle. Feel the heart lifting up. And then release the left leg. We'll take a bit of flight. Any amount here. Let it be messy, let it be wobbly. We're rotating the pelvis on its axis here. We'll take a long step all the way back with the left foot. Come into a lunge. A high lunge or a low lunge. Arms in front. We're going to open up the body with some breathing here. Inhale, lean back, squeeze upper back. Exhale, press forward. Inhale, open the chest and press. For 3, 2, last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, straighten the front knee. Pyramid posture, the hands to your blocks, maybe the floor. Back heel can be up or down, depending on your anatomy. Folding over the front leg, and breathe. Starting to look forward, bend into the front knee. This time, seal your back heel down. And we're going to rise up. We're going to rinse out this knee, this complex, hip complex, by bending into the front knee. Straighten the front knee, reach the arms up, big breath in. Exhale, lunge, open up the hips and pelvis. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lunge. Taking 3 more of those. Explore your range of the breath and the reach through the body. Last one. Try to maintain the lunge here. Left arm back, right arm up. Deep breathing. Maybe cradling the skull. Releasing the posture, straighten the front knee. Going to come right into a triangle pose. Right fingers reach far forward, left hip back. Relax the shoulder, press against your shin. anchor into a block or water bottle or a dog if you have one nearby. And spin the chest open. Maybe left arm reaches. Maybe it's here. Maybe it feels good to reach overhead. For anatomy geeks, we're getting really into obliques. Quadratus lumborum, infamous back muscle that gets tight on us. Our ESGs, our spinal extensors, our lats, hamstring. Next inhale, reach up. Lunge to reset. Windmill your back arm overhead. Come to a plank pose, modified plank. I'm going to rinse out a little bit differently here. Breath in at the top. Knees lower if you need to. Lower all the way down. Take your fingertips out wide, elbows over the wrists. We'll use an inhale to lift up to center. We're going to take a twist. The right shoulder comes down. Look to your left foot. Inhale up. Left shoulder down. Continuing on your own, twisting side to side as you breathe. For 3. For 2. And 1. Coming to center, then release. Child's pose, downward facing dog, any other shape that you wish to choose. We're going to come forward, get into an upper back stretch, shoulder stretch. Coming onto all fours, tabletop. We'll plant our right hand down. Spin the chest open. Exhale, take your arm down, sweep inwards. And then we'll continue with that. Dynamic opener, breathe in. Exhale, twist. Last one here, breath in, reach. This time we're going to slide our hand along the floor, taking this part of our shoulder down to the center of the mat. For some of you, the right hand might stay to the floor. Some might walk their hand to 12 o'clock. Release the posture, reset, maybe a bit of cat-cow, arching the spine. And then we'll come into the other side. Left hand plants down. Right arm, right hand, reach up on the inhale. Exhale, sweeping under. This is sort of a preliminary twisting. Inhale up. And exhale, twist. Last one. This time, right hand threads underneath, along the floor. Take the right part of the shoulder straight down. Left hand, maybe it walks to 12 o'clock. And spin the chest. Take some deeper breaths up behind shoulder blades. back of the heart area. Take your time to release the pose. Child's pose, downward facing dog if you need it. Come forward onto our seat. Legs out in front of us. Two options for you at home. Take the sole of your right foot into the thigh of the left. If you want a bit more of an opening on the groin right side, you've been biking a lot maybe, or you're just tight there. If you have the range, take your foot behind you and try to sit on your own top of the shin, top of the ankle. Those two options. Then we'll fold forward over the straightened front leg. Some of you, if you choose to extend the reach of your arms, loop the strap around your foot, and then gently pull, and we'll all deepen the breath through the upper back, low back. As we take a bow, the forehead towards the knee. Rise up. Option for a counter pose. Number one, just turning, looking over right shoulder. For a little bit more, right hand behind you. Push into your shin, lift the hips up. Big breaths into the chest, the upper back, and really reach. Release the pose. We'll come down and switch sides. Left sole of the foot inside, reaching, or the top of your shin comes behind you. Maybe this is enough for you already. Maybe you have a strap and you loop it around your foot, pulling gently towards folding over the front leg. Maybe some are reaching for the shin, ankle, foot if you have long enough arms. Take some deep breath, upper back, the kidney area. We'll come on up, release the pose. Option one, looking over left shoulder, left hand plants for number two. Hips lift. Big, deep breath, like you're being lifted up, buoyant inhalation. Coming down when you're ready to. Okay, second option. Butterfly pose, seated, soles of feet together. We're going to get into the groins on this one. Option to take a side bend over. Second option, wide V-sit, the legs come out in a wide V shape. You can stay here, maybe fold forward. The same option for a side bend is there. Hand reaches, or the strap if you need a strap. Turning the chest open, deepen the breath across the chest, the abdomen. Maybe left hand reaches. Maybe one day the left hand grabs for left foot. You can also use the strap for that. Extend that reach. Another big one for groin stretch and QL, side body, lats. We'll rise up out of our side bend, whether you're in butterfly pose or wide V-set. Next side, we'll come over. Continue to breathe, smooth breath down the center channel of your body. It might be foreign for some folks new to this breathing technique. Our intention is just to lengthen the breath enough that it keeps us focused, and we're working really on wiring in parasympathetic nervous system activity. And we're creating nervous system adaptation to what we're doing. And then we're also creating a neuromuscular adaptation as we breathe through the range of motion in the body. Take 3 more breaths there, your shape, your current shape. Rise up. Last one from our seat. The legs come together. Straight legged, double straight legged forward fold. When we reach up, we help extend the spine and the organs can lift up. Take a breath in. And then exhale, pull your belly in towards your spine, any amount, to help draw the organs in so you can fold a little bit more. Hands reach for ankles, shins, feet, or use a strap if you have it to extend your reach and get an extra little bit of pull. It's a mild to moderate pull here that we're using to help lengthen a lot of the ligaments in our sacroiliac region, low back. It just can get real tight, so it takes time for this one to help the tissues lengthen. And what will help that, the other 50%, is that deeper breathing we've been working with. So we want to really feel the buoyancy of the lungs, feel them expand, and find a grounding exhale to let the body kind of really sink in or almost spill over your shins, your legs. walk ourselves up to release the pose. And slide the hips forward closer to the top of the mat and bend your knees. If it's available, maybe the feet lift up off of the floor to find some balance on the tailbone region. And then lift the chest up, plug into your spinal extensors. You're welcome to stay here, or if you want to add a little bit of movement, it won't be too much for the core, just to bring a bit of extra heat in. Reach the feet away, lean back, take a breath in, and exhale, return. And then inhale, lean back, and exhale. So we'll just be here for 35 more minutes doing this. And usually when you have an audience in front of you, you get a few laughs with that one. So we'll just go for 2 more. You get a lot of people quit when I drop that 35-minute one. The last one, reach out and take a little pause at the bottom. Any amount, you'll feel the shakiness of the core kick on. Pedal your feet a little bit, arms move in and out, and breathe. And then lower all the way down, let it go. Take a deep breath. And then draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Maybe rock side to side, forward, backward. Can be nice after that. Maybe the happy baby pose, reach for your feet. Or butterfly pose. We're working on really taking some deep breath after that. It may have got the heart rate up a little bit. From here, plant your feet on the floor. We'll do a counter pose to that because we can get a bit, the hip flexors can get cranky on that one. So in a bridge pose, preparing arms beside the body, I'm going to lift the pelvis straight up to the sky, bridge. Take some deep belly breaths. And we're squeezing our glutes here. When we do that, it tells the hip flexors that they can lengthen. We'll lift a little higher, one more breath. Exhale, roll down the spine. Wash your knees side to side, rinse out the pelvis. Last 2 on this side, so 2 per side. Hamstring stretch. With the strap, if you can reach, maybe your hand. Okay. Left knee can stay bent, or maybe you're able to extend the leg. You pull your shin towards you any amount, we'll get a nice moderate to really intense stretch in here. Maybe today bringing a bit of movement, circling the leg. Maybe a little further, get a bit more of a groin stretch by taking the leg out to the right. Some practitioners with open enough hips can take this leg all the way to the floor or rest it onto a block or a cushion. Stay longer if you need. You can always pause this, I imagine, so that's great. Thread the needle pose. Bend the left knee. Right ankle to the thigh. Maybe here's enough. Or draw your left leg into you. Thread the needle. Thread your arms through the figure 4 and clasp behind the thigh. Or grab your shin. Sometimes nice to rock side to side. And we'll just breathe here. a good one for the outer hip stretch. From here, maybe keep the legs like this. Spinal twist. Legs to the left. Arms open up. If this isn't working for you, maybe press this away, or maybe it's easier to stack the knees. Some of you might do the cross, legs over, open the arms, interlace fingers behind the skull. That can be real nice too. Deep breathing through the torso. Take our time to unwind. Take whatever you need in between, maybe rolling out knees. Second side, strap around the foot if you need it, or reach with your hand. Maybe the right leg extends. Getting into this hamstring group right here. Bit of groin. If we take the leg out further, getting into the groin stretch. Maybe just moving, articulate the hip joint in your body. And then deep breathing. Getting into some real deep connective tissue in this area. The IT band can be really intense, holds a lot of tension in that area of the body. Stay longer if you like. Draw the left knee in. Give yourself a squeeze. Bend the right knee, plant the foot onto the floor. For thread the needle, left ankle to right thigh. Maybe this is enough already for this outer hip. Or draw the right leg in. Start to feel a stretch here. Thread the needle, grab behind your thigh or your shin. Maybe cradle side to side. Some practitioners might be a little more open in their bodies. You can take the cradle variation of this one. I forgot to mention that on the other side. Cradle the shin, clasp your fingers, wrists. Maybe the right leg extends. So it's still the same thing, but we get maybe a bit more out of the hips when that right leg can extend. Maybe this is something we're working towards. And we're still getting a really big opening through this area of the body. Coming into a spinal twist. Legs over to the right. Maybe you're keeping this thread the needle formation. Can be helpful to take the right hand to the left ankle. Or stack the knees. Nice stretch for low back. And breathe across this area. If you went there last time, interlace the fingers behind the back of the head. Unwind. The best and last part of this practice is lying flat on your back into what yoga would call a shavasana posture. We're just lying down, we're leveling out the blood pressure, we're taking an opportunity to let it all settle into the body. By doing this, we're in a way setting an intention to create that restorative quality in our body, a restorative environment to heal tissues, ligaments, tendons, as well as just balance out the nervous system. So lying down in the most comfortable shape that you can. At this time, if you have the time, maybe stay as long as you can. See what happens. If you have a meditation practice, maybe let things settle and sit into meditation. And see if maybe you can drop into some stillness of the mind after this practice of active recovery. If you do need to begin transitioning, maybe maybe start with a few deeper breaths into your body. So again, stay longer if you can, if you have the time and space, to really let this practice sink into your body, into your mind. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share this practice with you. I hope that this recording device made it work out all right for us visiting or practicing from home or wherever you're practicing. Thanks for sharing the practice. My name's John, and I'm filming this from Mountain Fitness in Squamish to the Squamish Fitness and Wellness community. Just want to wish you all health and safety this time, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.